finally, I was talking with my best friend, and she was just like, Catherine, you have to talk to him. And this is also where the jealousy came in. His best friend here in Canada, because he has friends outside of Canada, but his best friend here in Canada is his neighbor, and she's been one of my friends since 6th grade. And lately, how they've been acting around each other was kind of bothering me. I don't know, just how, I don't know, they were like almost like they were flirting with each other, maybe without realizing it, but I realized it, and people were coming up to me, friends who are also friends with them, going, Catherine, this is making us feel uncomfortable how they are acting around each other. Is it making you uncomfortable? I'm like, yeah, it's making me feel uncomfortable. And I had a friend come up to me and say, if that was my boyfriend, I would be pissed. So, of course, I was already feeling bad about it, and I was already feeling bad because I wasn't able to express these things to him, because I was like, oh, I'll just leave it. It's not a big deal, like, whatever, I don't want to ruin this, I don't want to lose him. And then one day, he had been planning to come over to my house after school, because he didn't have soccer, so he was like, yeah, I'll come over. And then the morning of, he told me, sorry, I can't go. Which, you know, yeah, I was a little down and out, because I was like, that sucks. There goes my night with him. And then later on, I found out that he ended up hanging out with this friend, his neighbor, and my best friend Teresa at her house late that night. I don't know how he expected me to feel, but I felt so hurt because he had canceled these plans with me and then hung out with other people, and he had really given no explanation for why he couldn't go. So of course my head told me, well, he must have just canceled just to hang out with this friend of his and my best friend. Well, she was added into the equation later. So I was really, really upset with him and with myself, because I felt like I wasn't good enough, and because that's how my brain works. I jumped right to, it's my fault, it must have been something I did. Of course my friends were like, no, Catherine, you need to talk to him. And I struggled with it, and I was like, I can't. But then they got me so fired up. Like, that's how I have to talk to people. Like, if I'm going to tell somebody that they've done something that has hurt me or pissed me off, I have to get fired up. I have to, like, get enraged. So I was so angry at him because he had kind of blown me off throughout the day. So I was fired up. So when he walked up during fourth spare, I went to go, you know, give it to him, and I didn't. Oh, like, this is bothering me a little bit, whatever. And I told him the night before that I was jealous of this friend. The reason I got fired up was because I found out he went and told her. I was unbelievably pissed. So I didn't really give him heck, because I'm not that kind of person. I'm too gentle. So he didn't really get what I was trying to say, and then my friends were like, Catherine, you gotta do this. So he came back after he went off to, like, the bathroom or something, came back, and I gave it to him. And halfway through me telling him how I'm feeling, he had to leave because he had to go to soccer practice. And I was pissed. So he came to my house afterwards, we hashed it out. I hid in the bathroom a couple times. My head was under the blanket a couple times. There was yelling, mostly on my part. Actually, all on my part. But we worked things out, and everything was good. And I told him if he ever tells anybody about our private conversations ever again, I'm going to wring his neck. Because later on today, I've had some problems arise. She has messaged me this long paragraph about how I'm starting stuff and blah, blah, blah. But that's a whole nother story. So basically, what this story and what this video is basically about is communication is so key. Like, I was so afraid of losing him if I didn't tell him, but I was more likely to lose him by not telling him how I felt, because subconsciously I was pushing him away because I was getting hurt and I didn't want to get hurt anymore, and I was giving all these bad vibes off, which was pushing him away, because he didn't understand what was wrong and I wouldn't tell him. So you just have to get over that fear and, tell them that you're afraid to tell them how you feel because you're afraid to lose them. And I guarantee 9 times out of 10 they will say, you're not going to lose me over something you say, like how you're feeling. Like if you're feeling something, what he said, like the exact words he said was, not exact words, roundabout words he said was, if you don't tell me what you're feeling, how can I fix it? So I'm working on my communication, and yeah, so basically communicate. Don't be afraid. You gotta bear it and do it. Hopefully this isn't too long, because I have a tendency to do that. I just make really long videos. I'm gonna go. So thank you for watching. Bye.